trouble, double trouble.
Always.
Welcome, guys, to Level Up Academy Podcast. This is your host, Dr. Leland. My co host today is my dear sister from another Mr. Okay, introduce yourself. I guess people don't know who you are.
I don't know. You talk about me all the time. But anyway, I'm Susanna Dawn, and between the two of us, we're the ones that have put out this latest anthology, and now we're in the midst of even the next one. And we haven't totally closed the doors on that either.
No, you got. Wait.
Last I heard, you said the 25th, so that's
Yeah, that's our next Zoom.
not quite 10 days. Well, today's the 16th, so that's 9 days.
Yeah, so if
And that
you're
would be
still thinking,
before our Zoom call with all those amazing authors we got. But
speaking of amazing authors, do you know who's here today? Did anybody show up today? Class is in session. No one's here. Like what? What's happening?
well, they have jobs too, and
What jobs? No, their job is to be here. What do you mean jobs?
well,
Okay, let's talk about it before I bring them in. And I wanted to just jump right in. Usually I take about 15 minutes, but today's a special day. I love being a hype woman. Like literally love being a hype woman.
tell.
Because right,
Seen the videos.
when I elevate people, some people don't know where they're going yet. They have something really like amazing, and it's like in this box. Even you as a person, like, when am I gonna get there? I really want to do this. I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. No, I don't know what I'm doing. Right. And then even when you think you know what you're doing, you get pushed down and crushed down again. You're like, I almost had it. I don't have it. I got it. No, I don't have it. Right. And one thing that I see amazing things happening is like this Pandora's box, but I'm going to call it the CJ's box, right? Because when I see you guys in this box, my head just goes blah, 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 like 1,000,000,000 icons in my head. And I'm like, oh, I can help her and her and her. But I'm like, I'm only one person. I can't help everybody at the same time. This anthology allows me to do that and use my platform. And thank you for partnering up with me. It's hard to partner up with me because I go Benson everywhere. But you're amazing at it.
It's not hard for me. I mean, it turns out we both have. So
Right? So I think that's one thing amazing personality wise. Speaking of business partners, I was reading the Chinese astrology last night. We were talking about it.
we're doing the Chinese and the regular astronomy.
Yes, and yes, we did, didn't we? Like, are we best friends or are we best enemies, Susanna? And it did say that we're like, yours and mine are equals business, and this is where we're at, and it's perfect. But when it comes to elevating people, I really particularly love when people write a portion of themselves. At the beginning they don't know what's happening yet, they're so excited, and then there's this moment you're like, I'm so freaking stressed out, I don't know what to write, or I'm writing but I don't know, I'm stuck, like, it's too much, right? That's a first time author's feeling. I get it, we've been all been there. What I want you guys to think about, if you're a first time author or you're thinking of being an author, maybe you wrote something and you have not published it, think of a portion of your life, like prioritizing your story. Think about like structuring your story. When you want to like just reveal a little bit about yourself, like a little teaser, but something so significant that you remember. You know, when that one time your mom yelled at you or like whacked the crap out of you when you were 5 and you literally like etch in your head and remember because it was so traumatic?
Mm-hmm.
Pick that portion of your life, not the traumatic part. Maybe it is, but to share, to inspire others to do better. That's literally what we're doing, right?
Exactly.
So, who do we have here today that we're going to bring up? Because we got to go.
We have a lot of people. They just keep
Ooh.
popping up out of the woodwork. It's
Ooh.
time to pull them out of their own boxes.
Here we go, getting out of the box.
Jason, Sharon, April,
Hello.
you. and Crystal, and our mysterious.
Ooh, I love it. Ozzy Killer. Oh my gosh. I was thinking, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make a glitter mask. I'm gonna mail it to her because she's in the same state and like make it really mysterious. And the mask is like this, and then maybe feather on the top, so you literally can't tell. And I'm like, oh girl, we need a voice changer or something. Like I was really thinking, I was getting into it.
Sis,
Okay.
I have like the base for the mask that I can mail to you, and you can add the
Oh yeah.
plumage and stuff.
Okay.
And they're really comfortable, and they tie and everything.
I was
So
thinking,
I've got the base for it. So yeah,
send it to me because
will.
I'm gonna put like.
Oh yeah,
Don't ask me why I
got
feather.
I got you covered.
Yay! Oh, speaking of, hold on one second, guys. I made my trash bag dress. Okay. For
That
Jenny
looks
and your
so
people.
awesome. Oh, you did such a great job.
I made roses.
It's
Ooh.
beautiful. You did
This
a great
this
job.
and a whole trash bag, but I'm so cheap. I'm like, don't ruin the trash bag, CJ. Use it afterwards. So yeah, I'm pinning it. I'm so cheap.
Still
Like,
thrifty.
It's
Yeah.
not cheap. It's sustainable.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Yes.
I
It's
love that.
Sustainability, sis.
It's
And
Listen,
not be
Very good.
wasteful.
I know,
Reuse,
resourceful.
recycle.
Recycle. My name. Wait, what's my name? Okay, Bambi Blushfin. I'm gonna give you a heads up on what my name is. I named myself for Saturday. Okay, I'm just saying. So
I
let's
will
go
be there in
ahead.
spirit.
Yeah. Oh, there's 9 of us. This is great. Let's start with our sister.
Well, remember, the one can't start for another 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna start with our sister up there, up above you. April, introduce yourself.
Hello, hello. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I can't thank you enough, CJ and Susanna, for this amazing opportunity to be here and literally be out of my box, right? This spaceship back setting was perfect, right? Let's get out of here. Let's get out of the box. And especially to be with these amazing, courageous, brave souls that are co-authors with me here. Just love the sanctuary of the sport and knowing that this is the ripple effect that we're creating for others, right? Across the globe, people. And that's what I'm all about. I'm about expanding wellness globally as I work with individuals, corporations, and organizations to bring balance back into their lives or into their communities, because that's so needed right now. We're out of our bodies and we're up in our heads about all the distractions and the worries, and that brings a lot of tensions in our bodies. So that's what I love to do, is to get people back in their bodies in a safe way, to be able to witness what's happening there. And that's very empowering, isn't it? To know, what we're feeling, and allowing ourselves to be in that moment, to support ourselves. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to co-author with you all about Beyond Boxes, bringing forward, just bringing mindfulness and awareness about those limiting belief systems that we have in our minds, what I call BS. We all have it, whether it's positive or negative. There are belief systems. And when we can break those boundaries, then we realize just how powerful we are. And that builds more trust in ourselves as we create, again, that ripple effect, supporting others in the community. So that's why I'm here. That's what I'm about. And a big shout out to everyone here. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We're growing. We're growing. We have 52 people so far. We're hoping to hit 1K today. Let's just get those juju from YouTube. Jason, your turn. We're going this way.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for including me on this. It's great I've met most of you, and some of you I've been rubbing elbows with, so I've got to meet you. but I'm really grateful to be part of this. I didn't start until the middle end of last year talking about some of my journey and breaking out of boxes and why I do what I do with my nonprofit. So I'm an old hockey guy and a chef. Been in the culinary world for a long time, in the service industry all my life. And I am 33 years clean this May from drugs. And so I started out a long time ago being in a place where I hit walls. I was a drug addict. I was homeless. I was ashamed of myself, was afraid to share with people about my story. My family believes in keeping things close and not presenting this out to the world. You drive the car you can't afford, live in the house you can't afford, with the mortgage you can't afford, and dress a way you can't afford, so that people think that you are something that you are not. And I started last year realizing as I approached 60 that I want to spend the last part of this time that I have working with people to help them, to share parts of my story that I can get out that feel safe for me to communicate, and to allow people to learn and grow and share from those stories and from that transition. And so that's what I do with the nonprofit. We talk about living wages and the need for living wages in all communities. But we are really an advocacy and grassroots group that is moving towards putting down firm, grounded programs that create actionable change. And that's my mission, vision, and purpose for the rest of my life, is to do things like that that will help myself and help others. So I'm grateful to be part of this, because I think the biggest thing for me in talking about moving beyond boxes is that factor of hope, that at the end of the day, there's still hope. There's hope that at any point in time, no matter where you are in your life, you can create change and you can make a change internally. But I want people to do the things that I had to do and make those transitions to where they like themselves and they're pouring into themselves so that they can pour into other people. And that's how we're going to create more socioeconomic changes in the world and defeat poverty and homelessness and other things that are affecting this country and the world. So thank you for letting me be here.
I love it. And we're all your muse, by the way. I don't know if you noticed something. I'm just saying. We're all your muses. Like, oh, Jason, you've been hanging out with so many muses. Yes, yes. I love it. Honestly, I wanted you to be involved in something like this because I'm always looking for people. Like, I'm not a rich person, but I have enough money, thanks to my husband, that I can use my own money to elevate others and use my platform to elevate others. Because at the end of the day, right, I can keep all of these things. And God knows, my sister over there knows that I have not bought a purse. I have an addiction with purses, so I'm just going to put it out there. And I've been taking those and putting it where it's platform, it's software, it's this, and it's marketing, because it feels good to help other people, right? I think I'm an only child, okay, so forgive me if I'm a little bit on the shellfish side. The word compromise, I only learned it 20 years ago when I got married because I did not know what compromise means, apparently, but I'm pretty good at it. I mean, I kept my marriage so far at 21 years, so we're good, I think, so far, right? But when I see you guys literally lit up because someone else is talking about you, it gets tiring talking about yourself. Like, literally, I know myself enough to talk about myself, right? We still never know really our full potential. But when somebody else talks about you, you're like, wow, I'm that? Look at Crystal. Look at this, okay? I want to show you this. I can testament to April. Crystal literally is providing that proof that whatever is April is doing something for her, right? That is proof right there. That I know makes April feels good about herself, whether it's subconscious or conscious, that wow, I'm doing something for somebody, right? You might not be the world, but you mean the world to somebody else. And that is what we want to create for people. So thank you for inspiring. Speaking of inspiring, Sharon, tell us a little bit about you and maybe a little glimpse of who you are and what you're here.
Okay, well, first, I want to thank you for including me in this amazing project. And I am honored to be here with all these amazing humans and co authors. And I'm very excited about this project, moving beyond boxes and, a journey to self discovery. So, a little bit about me. I started out in nonprofit for 20 plus years, helping people with disabilities like myself um, live fulfilling lives, get employed, and all things that go along with that. Also worked with people with mental illness and chemical dependency. So I have a vast array of experience, but I moved on to do my own thing and became a life coach where I now work with predominantly moms, but I do work with fathers and men as well. I help them beat burnout so that they can, through self care actually, so that they can thrive and not just survive. And the reason that that is so important to me is I learned my whole life has been moving beyond boxes, okay? Because when you're born with a diagnosis from the day from the 18 months after you enter the world and they figure out that your mom's not crazy and there is something going on with you, people put you in a box based on that diagnosis. And you become what that diagnosis, in people's minds, you become what that diagnosis says you're going to be. So I have been pushing beyond those boxes for my entire life. And what drives me to do what I do is that I want people to be able to reach their full potential, because the more people told me I couldn't do something and the more people tried to keep me in a box, the more I was the more I was on fire, the more I was ignited to say, you know what? No way. You don't get to decide what box I'm in. So I would push my way out of the boxes. I wouldn't be here as part of this anthology if I believed, or more importantly, if my parents believed the crap that others were selling them and didn't teach me how not to believe that crap. Because
Awesome.
Anyway, so my goal is to help people live a life they love, to move beyond their circumstances. Our circumstances are real, they cannot be ignored, but they don't have to define us. And we can have a vision for ourselves, and we can create that vision, and we can move towards that vision. And for me, that's what this is all about, is finding yourself, finding your voice, and embracing who you are, and embrace. And that's what I did, and it took me years, and I'm still not done. I am a work I like to describe myself as a work in progress, and my journey to self-discovery is going to continue till the day I die. It's not over, and it won't be over until I'm no longer here. But I hope that my legacy will be that I have taught other people to do the same,
So
because we
glad you
all
said
have
that.
that right.
No, I'm so glad you said that because that is what we're doing here, right?
Mhm.
Nobody will know the sacrifice, the journey, the heartache, the laughter, the crying moment, the almost dying moment of our lives to inspire others until you share it. When you have the courage to share, and vulnerability is so like when you talk about the deep secrets, especially Asian family, we don't talk about stuff because like we just don't. And when you burst it out, it's like getting naked. Can I say that in YouTube? Oh shoot, 700 people watching. When it's like
Yes, you can, honey.
right,
It's
literally
liberating.
and just clothes got ripped out because now you're getting out of that box. Like you're literally telling, like Chasen, thank you for sharing that. Not a lot of people. I have a couple of homeless students that literally I have to be very flexible to them because sometimes they don't have internet. They have to go to the cafe or the cafe's closed and they have to go to the public, and sometimes somebody steals their laptop and they can't submit work and they have to use cell phone, and and they're trying so hard to finish their education. Who am I to say nope, it has to be perfect, right? The old 21 me, I'd be like, no, sorry, this is just not happening, right? Thank God I grew up a bit because I would be a public servant. Literally, I love what I do. It's because I see people that who's trying. And Sharon, thank you because you're leaving a legacy, not just for you and your family anymore, not just for your mom. It's for those people hundreds of years from now opens the book and said, hey, if she can do it, why can't I? What's my excuse in life, right? That's how we get those ripple effects. So thank you. Dear Sister
Thank
New,
you.
it's your turn.
Thank you, sister. And I have a brother here, right? I have to say, Jason right there, And so it's with here with amazing sisters and soul brother that are doing amazing things here, not only sharing the moment of their story that they don't really disclose out to their family. That means a lot. Meaning they also want to share a piece of them to the world, so that way those who are going through that process have hopes and inspiration and motivate and inspire to also they can get better, right? Whatever your circumstances, don't let that define you. And I think, for all of us here, as you will unfold through moving beyond boxes, the journey to self-discovery, sometimes people think that it's in lovely dovey, that you have to be really in a good position, then you discover, but really discovering yourself could be the lowest moment of your life, right? When you feel like there's no way out, that is when you also know who's around and will lift you up and be with you, or they're going to fly away because they know there's no benefit to associate with you, right? And that's where I think you will also know about yourself, most importantly, about who we are, what our values and purpose. And I think that is something for me. Moving beyond boxes is we have to be able to use our voice for the good. In the past, I have struggles with when challenges I felt like I was helpless. I was not able to do a lot of serving because of, let's say, financial hardship, right? Or I got scammed. Now I'm left with I could be out on the street. But who would know those kind of circumstances? Do I show up being bitter about someone who are really high sophisticated scam to be that point to shake my world? But that doesn't change who you are. That's the thing I think sometimes is knowing, yes, all the things, material house, it's good to have shelters and food and all, but the essence of who we are does not change us, right? It does not change. And like what Jason is like with the nonprofit organization HR for You, one of the things, when people say that, how can I help if I don't have money? Sometimes it's not about just money, right? People can be of service, of listening, right? Providing your time to listen to someone journey and maybe their hardship. They just want to vent of what's going on, an hour, 2 hours of your time. Yes, time is precious, but that's also saving on someone else's life. And I think the moment I use my voice and elevate, I notice that there is value in our voice. Each and every one of us. It's not just we have to be a celebrity, a superstar, Tony Robbins, right? We don't have to be one of those figures to make changes. That is where the light bulb said, I guess I am saving lives. It affirmed people go DM saying that you saved my life, my family. They did not commit suicide because of genuinely care for someone. They resonate through online like LinkedIn or on the show like this. When we appear and we talk from our heart, it's not fluff. It's sincerely care about another human being as our brother and sister. That is what let's all come together. We are better together, and let's, make a world a better place than when we first came here. That is what I think moving beyond boxes means. We might not know it, but let's say, how can I get there? or maybe someone see your gift and say, let's go, let's do it, right? And even like Crystal, when later when she shared, or others, I was like, oh, you got inspired by me, and people who, it's like that you never know that they get inspiration like Kinga, right? And now they're doing amazing things. Ollie, right? It's just these are all my soul sisters and brother. The world get bigger and your family get bigger because you open your hearts and soul. So
I love
and
that.
to
You're right.
prevent people from not chasing that shiny object, right? Because when you chase shiny
Wait,
object,
we have ADHD. I do chase shiny objects
no,
too.
no, but
That's fine.
chasing the next thing, right? The
I
next
said the
guru,
never said,
next
ooh, shiny. What?
Like,
and then
oh,
being dead,
oh,
right? But
where?
maybe come back to who they are, right? And not chase the master class, the guru, and then you forgot about yourself. You trying to blend in other, just stay true to who you are. That is that what you don't want to change who you are as the essence, the value and your passion and your purpose here. So then
Yeah.
you don't get burned out. Then you like, I don't want to do anything else.
No. Yeah. We're there. I think a lot of us sometimes don't really know what our mission in life is. And so when you can't figure out what you're passionate about and connecting that passion to what your mission is, and if you haven't figured it out, it is okay. This is called life. It's messy, it's gooey, it's brr, it's laughter, but it's life. It's your life. So if you need to figure out, once you figure out what you're passionate about and then connect it to your mission, everything that you do is clearer and clearer and clearer and clearer. And then it changes as you meet people like me and Susanna, it changes. Meet Jason, April, Sharon, Crystal, Ozzy Kala, Ozzy Kala's coming up. And of course, our sister DM over here, Danielle. Um, Life change, right? And that is a good thing, not a bad thing. And always concentrate on what you do best. Like if you guys are going to keep looking at, oh, I want to do this like what she does and she does and she does, you know what you're doing? You actually are trying to emulate somebody that you're not. It's okay to get some of their good things, right? Because that's how we do. It's like we innovate through that. But imagine if you put all of that energy and time and everything else on yourself. I guarantee you, in 3 months from now, you'd be so much better because you're like, I want to study this, I want to do this, I want to write this, right? Rather than, oh, I want to be her, her, her. I'm going to be on TikTok. Oh, actually, I'm on TikTok, guys. Sorry, on Instagram too, right? But it's okay to look at people and say, oh, wow, they're doing great. Celebrate them, right? Don't be bitter about it. Celebrate people. Because when your heart and when your energy is blocked by your negativity, you're not going to go nowhere because you're full of bitterness. You're full of like anger and you don't even know why you're angry in the first place. I've been there and that's why I can speak to it, right? And you're also full of doubt about yourself. Like, why can't I do this? That's she doesn't do anything better than me. It's just simple. There's no depth into this person. Don't do the judgment thing. You don't know what that person's life is all about. You don't know what is their problem right now. You don't know how much my brain hurts sometimes, right? I do suffer from migraine and I do bleed on my ears and my nose, and sometimes you'll see my eyes red, bloodshot because I popped a vein. It is what it is, but I'm not going to make excuses that, oh, I have a migraine, I can't do this. I could die right now talking to you, right? But what have you done for yourself? That's not selfish. It's because it's your life. No one owns you. No one. And you're not keeping score with any of these people. The man up there, whether you're religious or not, for me, I'm a Christian. So I always say, God, listen, I tried, but this person's really pushing me. You got to give me some type of divine intervention right about now. And Sister Susanna calls me. I'm like, thank you, Jesus, because I was losing my mind, right? But that's the thing. It's like support system like this is so important, guys. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. Ozzy Keller, come on in and introduce yourself.
It's okay if I don't show my face, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone. Dr. Constance, you mentioned bitterness, and I think that is something that I grew up with the relatives I grew up with. and their bitterness basically took over my life growing up. And to a point where I could not even breathe properly if it was not approved by my relatives. And I just had to behave the way that it wanted me to behave or else. And that actually inspired me to write the topic for the chapter that I'm participating in. So I don't want to go into too much detail because I'm losing my voice at the moment, but that's pretty much what I wanted to say. And I really appreciate the opportunity to be here and be in a stage with all these wonderful, inspirational people. So thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We love you.
Yeah, thank you for being here, Oz. We're sending you
Yes.
love.
Big
We
love, lots of
and
love, and big hugs.
Yep.
healing energy is what you need, right? So we love you so much. And wow, this is okay. First of all, when Ozzy was approaching this story and said, I really want to inspire people, but I also don't want backlash from my family, right? From the people that I care about who might not understand my decision to do this. Guys, it's still possible. If there's a will, there's a way. That's what we're doing here, and we're showing you it's possible. Everything is possible. All you got to do is ask for help, and don't let your ego gets your way. That I've done everything, so I'm not going to ask for help. Ask for help. You never know who's willing to help. I guarantee you, 90% of the time, people want to help, right? Sometimes we just don't know how to help because you probably don't know what you want in the first place. But it's okay. We're going to talk about it. Crystal, sister, talk to us.
Hello, my lovely family. Um, I sorry for the casual wear, but I literally was doing a live with a good friend of mine, doing Oracle tarot readings. Literally, like went
Love
from
it.
one room to the other. So sorry for the casualness and everything, but it was a lot of fun. We try to do it twice a month just because, and our readings are always a lot of fun and dead on. So, but when it comes to the Beyond boxes, everybody's chapter kind of is amazing. Sharon's, especially, I got to a brief glimpse of it, and everybody's chapters are so amazing. Um, in this particular trip to Wonderland, because this is my third anthology, second one with you, Dr. CJ, and Susanna, my third with Dr. New. So I have dubbed the anthology writing as a trip into Wonderland because it is. We make these wonderful connections, and we're able to express different aspects of our lives and sharing our stories. And with Beyond Boxes, I broke not one, but two boxes within myself because normally I write about, my story with domestic abuse and things like that. Well, I broke the box of not just writing about that. So there's box number one, but box number two was I'm breaking the box of actually sharing how writing helped me heal. Because, and I know just about everybody, especially my Asian sisters, you know, you don't talk about your feelings. You don't share your dirty laundry out in the open. And I think it's a generational thing too, because that was how I was raised within my generation. You don't talk about things, especially outside of the household. So breaking out of that box has really been sharing is caring for me. I've been able to heal myself and help others to heal by sharing. So when I won this anthology chapter, which big hugs again for that, I decided to share about how much healing I have done by being able to write and share my story with others. And being a part of this has helped me heal so immensely that's what breaking out of that box of, shh, you don't talk about anything to anybody really meant for me. So that's where I'm within this particular anthology. And hi, Danielle, so excited you joined us. But so excited to read everybody else's chapters because I do get motivation and everything. And particularly with this one and being introduced to Sharon because she has become a very close friend very quickly as I've been working with her on her chapter. She's been kind of helping me with my mental gurness within the last week that's been going on with being invaded. So thank
I
you
love
again,
it.
and I love you guys.
Love you, sister. And I love that. That's what I want, right? Level Up Circle is that. I haven't really gathered everybody. We probably are close to 200. I haven't really gathered everybody, like the podcast, and I wanted to keep it in here. It's because we are elevating platforms. I don't sleep, literally, I think lately. It's just because I'm like, okay, I got to cut this audio. I'm going to put this podcast. And my daughter sometimes she's like, Mom, what are you doing? Can we go to the beach? I'm like, not really, not right now. And she's like, why? It's like, I gotta do this one right now. It's like for the sake. And so like, do they even understand like what you do behind the scene? I'm like, no. And I don't think they should, because um it's something that I want to do for people, right? Because I want to make sure that you guys gets elevated. I don't know what it is that I'm feeling. I'm hoping I'm not manifesting this, but I feel like my life is gonna be shorter than I think it is. Like I have that weird feeling, and I was like, I'm just gonna pray. That's why when I do things like multiple things all at once, it's because I'm always feeling that. And I think the like my journey from cancer to like other sickness, I'm like, ooh, like, and I have family background that dies because of brain aneurysm, and so that's always my issue, like, oh, you could go anytime, CJ, like what have you done for the world? And I feel like it's never enough. So, and I'm hoping that when I do pass, that some of you, whoever you are watching right now, almost 900 of you, thank you, um, would continue to be kind to the world and to be kind to others and continue to do the very best of your power, whether you have money or not money. Time is actually a currency you cannot buy. That is the precious currency you cannot buy. You cannot buy time. I don't care how much money you got, you cannot buy and rewind time. I need 10 years. No, right? That's the currency you cannot buy. I'm hoping someone will continue that legacy to be kind to others and use their platform for these reasons. Sister Danielle, go for it, sister.
Hi, everyone. It has been extremely healing to be involved in anthologies for me. And at first, when Dr. CJ approached me, I said, "Oh, no, not me." Same as Ozzy as well, that fear of, maybe my family or not respecting or honoring them. But I say it is important for us to tell our stories so that people that are going through what is similar to us, whether it be someone passing away or going through hardship or trial, or a mom that has lost their child, or God forbid that, or a miscarriage. I've experienced that as well, or overcoming some hardship. It has been extremely healing so that they know they're not alone. And so to move beyond boxes for me is to empower others, to be more empathetic, because we all have our journeys, we all have our hardships. But this is to encourage people to move beyond it and that they can do it too. And I'm on a journey and on a mission to empower people to lead with their hearts and communicate with empathy, and more importantly, to change the conversation in their own lives. So that's the reason why it's so important for me to be on this journey. I'm so inspired and grateful to be on it with such wonderful people doing wonderful things in their community. So thank you so much.
Thank you, sister. I know we have to end it. I don't want to end it, but I know like my TV show is going to cut us off on the network. So I'm going to just start with you instead of end with you. I'm going to start with you with what quote would you want people to get inspired? Or what inspired you in terms of a quote? You don't have to explain what it is, you just say the quote.
Okay. Not so much a quote, but a question. What have you done today to change the world around you?
Awesome. Thank you so much. So then let's go with Sharon. What quote would you want to end today?
Um, Let's see, there's a couple, but I think the one that sticks out in my mind the most is if you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're right.
Amazing. Crystal has to go, so I'm gonna just jump to Crystal before she goes. Quote, sister.
Thank you very much. My quote is, wow, she kind of took mine with the whole "What have you done today?" So I'm just going to use one that I use a lot. We are perfect in our imperfections. Be you.
I love it. I love
I
it.
love you guys, but the invasion has started a little early, so I do have to jump out.
See ya, Chasen.
Love
How about
you.
you?
My quote is actually part of a poem that's one of my favorites that I keep here at my desk, that I refer to a lot on social media, by Marianne Williamson, Our Deepest Fear. And it is the part of the poem that says, we are all supposed to shine like children do. There's nothing enlightened by shrinking so that others won't feel insecure around you. So that is my quote, and something that I want to share, is that we are all meant to shine.
Amazing. Told you. See, glitter, glitter, shiny things. April, how about you?
Oh, these are all so awesome, really good. I'm going to share something that actually came to me when I was going through a very challenging time in my life. And it was not my voice, it was of a higher power. And it just came in and said, trust and know, and it shall be so. So that is mine to share with everyone. It's not mine. It came to me, and that's what I adhere to when I'm in uncertain times, or when I'm feeling wonky, or whatever that is. So just trusting in the process, know that there is a higher power, that you have community, and with that knowing, then it shall be so, right? So thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. How about you, Dr. New?
I have to unmute. You can hear me now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I think, moving beyond boxes really means, how do we shine brightly with our uniqueness, right? Of our own light, so that we can inspire others to do the same. Because when you break free from the confinements of the expectations, then you shine with being authentically you and with your purpose. So be the change you wish to see in the world, and let your light guide others to do the same.
Awesome. Ozzy, how about you? Quote for the day.
I wrote it down in the chat. If you can read that out loud, please.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Nobody owns me. Ooh, kind of come up with that conversation today. I love it. Okay, Sister Susanna, what about you, sis?
I think today I'll just go with the quote I've used to start every anthology chapter. I'm not what I used to be, yet I am who I've always been. And each of us, and this is the whole basis of Move Beyond Boxes. This has been my movement that then we turned into this anthology. Being tired of being told who and what we are and what we're supposed to be, expected to be, when the reality is who we are at our core, it doesn't change. It's who we always are. It's that what is when we're trying to contort to fit the box of others. When we get that awareness, when we ignite that ability to move beyond the box, that's the moment that we start letting our authentic self shine the way it was meant to shine.
Awesome. All right, guys, this is my quote. This is from Bruce Lee. Don't pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. And you don't learn anything if your life is perfect, and no one's life is perfect. No one. I don't care if you're a billionaire or a trillionaire, doesn't matter. No life is perfect. But you learn so much about yourself, your grit, your ability to persevere, your ability to innovate when you are faced with adversity. So change your mindset when you're struggling in life. Say, okay, what lessons am I supposed to learn on this one? What can I extrapolate from this to help others? Because obviously I've learned this lesson, so I gotta pass it on to somebody, right? So guess what? When you're at that moment of your life when everything seems so dark and it's like I cannot see the light. I don't understand why am I having this issue. Instead of looking for external validation, look within yourself because you already have the tools that you need. You already have everything that you need. What you actually need is your mind to reset, right? And also, when you're stuck about something and you're working and you're typing, you're like, I can't, it's been 2 hours. I can't do nothing with this writing business. Walk away. Walk away. Just walk away. Go to the beach, stroll down, skateboard. Well, don't do that. You might break a bone. Jason is allowed because he's a pro. I tried to skateboard. I almost fell the other day. I was like, oh my God, no one's watching, right? My daughter just laughed at me all the time. I was trying to teach my bulldogs. I was trying to teach him this skateboarding thing because when he was a baby, he skateboarded. I have a proof, okay? So I said, oh, this would be a good time. He's a big boy now. So I said, oh, look up mommy. I'm going to do it. And poof, that's what look up mommy happened. And he looked at me, he walked away, and he's like, mm-mm. He was smart. He was smart. But honestly, adversity teaches a lot. Change your mindset, meditate, drink some tea. If you don't drink tea, drink a lot of water, hydrate yourself, and ask for help. All of these humans right here, we're all busy. But I guarantee you, if you DM them on LinkedIn, I just voluntold them right now. But if you DM them, right, and said, hey, I really need to talk to you. And you're like, who are you? CJ said I could call you. Just say that. It's our homework because we're here to help. And I cannot wait for you guys to read their story. And I might do press releases again. I don't know yet, but we will get there as soon as my brain is get there. Bye everybody, and thank you guys so much for watching us. We'll see you in E360 TV again next week, and you might see these faces individually so I can really dig deep on the story that they're about to talk about on their book to give you a little glimpse of what it is. Bye. Say bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Keep the
Have a
ripple going.
blessed Thursday.
Have a great
Love
day.
you all.